Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of an odd one, but it does also sort of fit in with some of the stuff that we were talking about. It's Bloodlust is pretty good with him, and I don't know. We'll see how this ends up going. I'm struggling a little bit with my second monitor here. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna make it all work. There's the overlay switch that I'm sure everybody was waiting for, and Dota 2 is getting ready to play here. Nanyang Season 2, it's a little bit of an odd one from Wings Gaming. Shadow is hopefully going to have a decent time on it. I'm assuming that means this is going to be a mid-Medusa facing off against the Alchemist. Who do you favor going into this?
I do like Wings here. I think the draft is a little more creative. I do think that they have some good responses. And for me, it's just a question of do Wings hit their windows or not. If Newbee are able to get into the laning phase really well and just scale from there, then they should be able to walk this through by about 35 or 40 minutes. But otherwise, I think Wings have a lot more insurance policies.
Oh,
boy, Innocence up top.
Yeah, he actually ran to ChuaN, and Faith Beyond is going to be here. They might be able to find a kill. Is he blocked in? He's stuck. He's in the pain train. Oh no, ChuaN! He only has a ward. He doesn't have any tangos, and he's going to fall. Oh, first blood go in the way of Innocence. What have you done, ChuaN? Get out of those woods.
That is not the way to start off with that great scaling laning phase that we were talking about Newbee needing. They were sitting out there for a little while.
I happened to miss that one, so T-Tours have done wonderful stuff, and now looking for the catch on the Faith Beyond is how is going to be here. Pop's Metamorphosis and the really long options end. It's going to be a kill. ET takes it for himself. That should give him his boots now picked up by ChuaN. It's a scary lane that they're up against. As we are going to have a combo. Kpii comes in, and with the Stomp, the Void, and everything else thrown out, that's definitely going to be a kill.
That was really nice execution by Newbee, and
that's definitely true. And they're going to be moving in again for this one. You've got the Bat Rider and iceice, just trying to keep them back for the moment. Don't want to end up getting caught with Stomp there. Level 6 almost online for Faith on this Bat. They can keep them there for the moment, and now going to dive a little bit forward. How controlled for the moment, and a lot of damage coming out. Fate's Edict is going to keep him alive, but How is going to end up falling. So terrible, guys. And now also going to be able to go after Kaka. Nice Stomp, keeping that Oracle all healthy.
The 8-minute mark, but Wings kind of read that situation very effectively and realized that you've got 4 or 5 heroes up from your opponents. You can let Medusa free farm in the mid lane, rotate everybody else up. It doesn't really matter. The Tiny will eventually find his farm because he flat farms really effectively and force out sort of negative engagement for Newbee.
Well, and you can see right here that Kpii under a little bit of duress, but with the Alchemist coming in, didn't realize that's where he was going to go. They turn this back around with a little help from that Satyr even. They end up being able to bring down the Bat Rider. So a whole heck of a lot of gold on deck from him, and that ends up getting a transition into Newbee finding another kill.
Was not banned out. That would have no deny there from iceice.
iceice is going to end up going and turning onto this, and with Shadow jumping in, they find a quick and easy one onto How again. Wow. Tiny made it happen. Almost as his blink, too.
Yeah, this is going to be very dangerous, very fast for Newbee. I think
that is something that's going to happen, and maybe they're thinking that they're not going to be able to find initiation with the blink anyways, because they won't have that vision as we see a smoke behind enemy lines. I think that was scouted, and the scan is going to also reveal them, so probably not going to be able to find anything with this. The only other thing that I could think about is...
well, Medusa's staying pretty far forward, actually. He did catch that scan, right?
I would assume so. Blink is not caught, and... I don't know if they can kill her, though. Alchemist is going to come on in. They have Void available. There's the stun, and yeah, they're out. They'll get her.
They're actually going to have the re-engage here. Shadow feel on the blade.
Coming out. There's the defensive or disruption, just trying to make something happen with this, and iceice going to be controlled. Nobody dead outside the Oracle as of yet. How dropping low in the midst of all of that fire, and Moo now also going to drop. They throw Innocence forward. Kpii trying to run away, and the Stomp is going to connect onto 2, but with 5 heroes from Wings and Shadow getting hasted up, that's going to be a dead Kpii. 3 going down. Triple for Shadow, and my god, this is a scary situation indeed.
Yeah, so we didn't actually mention this, but the Shadow Blade with the Bloodlust is actually really effective too. talking about draft and saying Wings like to get very aggressive immediately as that laning phase collapses. They like to start moving on to kill towers. Kaka is going to be pulled down into the pit, it looks like. Not quite there, just beached on the high ground. Can he be defended long enough to have a Kpii brought to him? Doesn't look like it.
I mean, he's healing up a lot from this. He is not going to die. Back up to full HP. And it looks like Moo and ChuaN are going to try and defend their Oracle up on the high ground here. So, not bad. I mean, Fate's Edict is great for that.
Yeah, it's nice to have a ward. So,
I'm looking more at Newbee's draft. There's going to be this timing that Wings hit that's really strong before, even around the time when Night Stalker Ags comes out, where they can probably continue to push it up towards high ground. And that's one of the problems that you have with Night Stalker in general as a hero, is that occasionally you get that Aghanim Scepter, but it's at a point where the vision advantage doesn't matter because they're knocking on your front door and going towards high ground. So it's something else to consider. I think Newbee are somewhat comfortable taking this into the late game against the Medusa, which is a little bit strange to say, but they need to be careful and make sure they don't get bursted down like Kaka and ChuaN are about to. If they pull him back, and now they do have the stomp to try and counter-initiate, and it ends up being able to get his ultimate off, so still fine for the moment. Avalanche toss combo. Kaka's trying to stay alive through this and ends up getting hit a couple quick times, and Ogre Magi finds the kill.
They might be able to try and force a Roche engagement here, and that's exactly what Newbee are going to do.
I like Moo's build. It's much more of the build style of Alchemist that we've seen made a little bit of a comeback. Armlet as well as Medallion, he's pretty freaking tanky and does a lot of damage, particularly when that ult is all in use. But now moving in for a little bit of a play, Faith Beyond gonna run in, and they do end up going up onto the high ground there. Roshan now down as of yet. Kpii pulled up to the high ground, and he's in a lot of trouble. He is gonna fall there to the Medusa, and trying to bring down iceice gets disrupted. He's gonna end up being able to survive through the How brought down, gonna get killed off, and meanwhile Ultra on the other side, Shadow just destroying a mega kill streak, and Roshan is gonna fall as Medusa picks up the Aegis. Disaster for Newbee in the river.
Just an absolute expert points that she needs to stay in the fight at that point. Or she got the Scotty build that you were expecting. You know, you've
Too
always
easy.
got Shadow doing that. He's 603 now, and he's got his Echo Saber up. We are going to be potentially okay into the Medusa late, into both Medusa and Kpii. Like, these are two of the hardest late game carries available.
No, and they just don't have answers either to allow them to really go for this. This, to me, it feels like, I mean, you've got 4 heroes that were rotating down to take out the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and now Wings. So we're talking about knocking on the front door. They disrupt the Medusa, so 3 of them heading out there. He can start doing a decent chunk of damage with these illusions as well. This is a problem. Moo taking a ton of damage. He hits the back on out of there before he ends up just getting taken out, and actually might just die to those Manta style the illusions coming out. Oh, he's fine. This is scary. Oh my god, and they keep doing it.
They can't do anything about this Medusa. They don't have any sort of control they're going to be able to throw on her while she has that Lincoln's up, the Aegis, so they can't engage on her anyway. They absolutely can't invest anything in knocking her down if she has that Aegis. So they have to wait for somebody in the backline to come too far forward. That is happening.
Only 2-second downtime right here. Blink is still going to be pulled a little bit out of position, but all of these illusions are doing so much damage. Now they end up throwing out the Earth Litter, trying to keep them back, but this is how you break a high ground nowadays. Moo's just taking so much from this, and Terrorblade trying to take a fight of his own, and maybe going to be able to make something happen here. Metamorphosis already popped, Sutter is available, but you can see the continuous disruption from iceice. It's just increasing the DPS potential. GG gets called. They don't answer.
That was just so disciplined coming out of Wings Gaming. None of their heroes, none of their players went too far forward and got picked in that fight. Newbee, honestly, there was no answer for them. They had no course of action other than the one they did. Hope Wings Gaming get somebody from the back line too far forward that you can then pick and try to force an engagement off of the Medusa rather than onto the Medusa.